Hey Liberty Common families, welcome back. I'm Mrs. Stoltzfus.
And I'm Mrs. Allen.
And we are here today to talk to you guys about drop-off, pickup, safety in our cars. We just thought it would be great to make sure we're... All right, we are on Sharp Point Drive right now. So I want to give you a few details about front pickup. So as you guys know, this is the primary pickup lots of people use. It's awesome. You come off a Prospect, but then when you come up to do the drive-through and take a right into the school, this area all the way from the driveway to, let's turn and just kind of look right here, about midway to the pond, there is no parking. This is where we queue up, and we want to make sure no one parks here because our road is really narrow and it creates an unsafe situation. All right, behind me is the natural area, Prospect Ponds. Many of our families choose to park here before, after school for a quick drop-off and pickup. Just make sure that you guys are walking safely across the street. We have this small, we have a stop sign. Now, if children want to ride their bikes to school, I need to let you know that is up to you. We do not have a crosswalk yet. We are hoping to continue to work with the city to get that in place. We'll be reaching out to you guys of how you can help. But getting to school, we do not have a safe crossing necessarily or anyone to get them across. After school, your children are asked to stop an adult. Let me show you this stop sign right here. It says no students beyond this point. An adult must help children cross the street and driveway. So we will take our lovely stop sign. We will jump out in front of traffic for your children and make sure that they get safely across in the afternoons if they're walking or biking home. But in the mornings, we want to really encourage you to get them here safely because we don't have anyone stationed here to get them across safely in the mornings.
This area here is the driveway between our school building and Advanced Energy. This driveway is not a cut through from Sharp Point to Midpoint Drive, and this parking off of this area is not for Liberty Common students, faculty, or parents. So please refrain from using this cut through from Sharp Point to Midpoint Drive.
Okay, I am standing in the main entrance in the front right now. I want to just point out a couple of things. So when we're lining up and doing pickup and drop off, our preference and primary route is for families to carpool to line up north to south and come in on this right hand side of the driveway. Now that we have Nancy Gray open, we do have families that are coming south to north, which is fine. If you enter into this left-hand lane, you need to acknowledge that there's been a lot of people waiting in a line right here, and also be sure you don't pull in here on the left-hand side and cut across traffic to park in these spots. It's a very hazardous situation in terms of traffic, so we just need everyone to be really thoughtful and conscious about our routines and systems and making sure we're keeping everyone safe.
Behind me, you'll notice we have 2 reserved parking spots. These reserved parking spots are for our auction winners, and those winners' names will be placed on those 2 reserved parking spots. Those reserved spots are 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so please refrain from parking in those parking spots. If you would like to be a lucky auction winner, we will be auctioning those spots off again in May.
All right, as we're using the front pickup and in all areas around the school, we need everyone to just drive really, really slowly. In the front pickup, one of the things that we need to do, actually across all pickup zones, are abide by these signs. We need everyone to pull forward as far as you can to ensure that we can get as many people in the pickup lines as possible and drop-off lines. And also, please make sure that you are not on your cell phone. We need to have drivers that are not distracted. With 610 children operating around the school, we just want to make sure that everyone is safe. So please, you might see a staff member do this, and that's just a gentle, respectful reminder to put your cell phone down and watch for students. All right, if possible, children should get out of the car on the passenger side always. As you know, once somebody drops their child off, they will come to this right-hand lane and slowly go around to the south exit to leave. So we want to make sure that children aren't getting out on the driver's side. If they do, if that's your situation and you need that to happen, please make sure they're getting out cautiously and walking around the front of your car because you know your child's there. I'm still in the front drop-off right now and pickup zone. A couple of other reminders. So again, it comes all the way to here. We want people to pull up as far as they can. Please don't use these as parking spots all the way up and down here. Oftentimes after school, after 3:30, people can slot into these into this area and park for after school events, but during the day, please don't park here. You're gonna see across, we have our neighbors. They are at 1825 Sharp Point Drive. It's Niner and several other businesses. We may not park in those parking lots at all. And I know it's tempting. There are a lot of parking spots over there and we are very limited in parking, but we need to be good neighbors. It's disrespectful. They have asked us not to park there, so please help us be respectful and have integrity in the agreement that we have with our neighbors.
All right, last thing for our front drop-off and pickup area, you will see coming soon a stop sign placed at the corner here. And that stop sign is for your safety and for the safety of the cars that are entering the middle pickup for their students. So please respect the stop sign and stop before pulling out of the front drop-off and pickup. All right, last thing for our front drop-off and pickup area, you will see coming soon a stop sign placed at the corner here. And that stop sign is for your safety and for the safety of the cars that are entering the middle pickup for their students. So please respect the stop sign and stop before pulling out of the front drop-off and pickup.
All right, so we are in middle pickup, the underused middle pickup. Please use middle pickup. It's a wonderful place to pick up your children. They can hang out on the grass after school. A reminder, we do not allow children to play on the playground without parent supervision after school. We need them to watch for their rides. If parents are with them, they're welcome to be on the playground. Otherwise, they're going to be watching for their rides, but they can certainly enjoy our lush new green grass. There's no parking out here between 2:45 and 3:15 because families will line up to get into queue to go through middle pickup. You can park on the south side of the cul-de-sac, but again, make sure that you are getting out and coming to pick your children up. A temptation often for our parents and our kids is to see their car lined up right here and the children want to come out of the gate and get into their car. We do not allow that. We want to make sure they're safe. There's moving cars going through here, so families do need to pull all the way in, and their children need to enter into the passenger side door and get into the car safely.
Also, as you exit from the middle pickup, you'll be joining the line of cars who are exiting in our back pickup. There will be a staff member with a high visibility vest on that will be directing you as to when you may join that line. Right, we are standing right in the middle of the back pickup area where it joins the middle drive-through area. So when you're coming through the middle drive-through, again, there will be a staff member on site with a security vest on, pointing you and directing you. Please know that there will be traffic coming in from our midpoint drive and into our roundabout area. As you enter this roundabout area, please continue to pull all the way around. Once again, even if there are no cars in front of you, please also resist the temptation to cut in front of a car who has stopped earlier in the line. We want you to drive all the way around and have your students, again, we would prefer that they exit on the passenger side of their car if at all possible. As you exit our back pickup, we need you to exit carefully again as you exit, and all the way down this drive, we would ask that as you turn onto Midpoint Drive that you would only make a right-hand turn. Making a left-hand turn backs up our drop-off and pickup area, and it's unsafe as people are coming through that Midpoint Drive pickup.
All right, we're in the back again, and a couple of other reminders. So this is the driveway that Mrs. Allen spoke about earlier between Advanced Energy and the Plato-Campus. There is no parking for the school in any of these lovely parking places. They are all owned and reserved for Advanced Energy. They generously allow us to use this section here for our bus drop-off in the morning and in the afternoon and pickup, but other than that, they're not our parking spots. In addition, the back parking lot. This is a great place to pull in and unload your children and walk them up to the back drop-off. Please do not allow your children to walk by themselves through the parking lot. We know that many of you trust and feel confident in your children, but what we really need is that when they're on school property, that you are escorting them directly onto the school property and out of the parking lot. So please do not use that as a drop-off either. We don't have families pulling up into the parking lot and just dropping their kids off. You need to actually park, unload, walk them up. If you'd prefer to use a drop-off, we have 3 drop-offs: the front, the middle, and the back. Lastly, Mrs. Allen has a special note about this other parking lot.
Our good friends at Advanced Energy, as Mrs. Stoltzfus mentioned, have generously allowed us to park in this back parking area, and we're so grateful. However, this parking spot off to the north is an off-limits parking area for our staff and families. No school parking is allowed in that north parking lot.
Thank you guys so much for watching our video. That was fun. A couple of last reminders. So first and foremost, our heart and our priority is the safety and well-being of your children. So we have added so many levels of security, including our security vests and many other things around the school that you're going to notice this year. The best thing that we can all do as it relates to parking is to drive slowly, to be patient, and to really take our time. We take our responsibility very seriously in terms of in loco parentis, taking responsibility for your children when you leave. We do not have supervision outside until 7:30 exactly. So you are responsible for your children until 7:30. We will ensure that there are staff members in all locations, front, middle, and back, at 7:30 so that you can safely drop off your children and ensure that they're supervised until they enter the building at 7:45.
Our bells ring at 7:45 a.m., which is when our staff members happily greet your students at the door and welcome them into their school day. Our second bell rings at 8 a.m., which is when we would expect students to be in their seats, and our afternoon bell for release rings at 3 o'clock p.m.
Okay. We also want to remind you that the only door that parents, grandparents, adults other than staff members can use to enter the building is our main entrance. We need you to check in to the front and sign in. We don't allow parents to walk into the building through these back doors or through the student entrance doors, only into the main entrance to just ensure that all adults in the building have a name badge and are checked in.
We love Liberty Common School, and we can't wait to have an awesome school year.